Hey everybody, this is Kim Danke coming to you live from the Shibboleth Studios in Kennesaw, Georgia. Just to let you know, this meeting is being recorded. It is also live on Facebook, okay? Now, I love to see y'all's faces, so you are welcome to show your faces because that's how we get to know each other. But I do want you to know that little bit of information. Hey, I see you guys. Hello. Glad to have you here. We're going to give it 1 minute. And if you don't mind, in the chat box, if you would let me know where you're from, if you were here for Sunday and Monday night webinars too, that would be great. Just so I know where I am in explaining things tonight. I'm glad you're all here with me. Autumn, hey Autumn. I hope school is going well. You finishing up? Autumn from Cartersville. And Dawn, hey Dawn, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. She was at Sunday and Monday night. Okay. Autumn is finishing up school tomorrow. I know she'll be ready for a break. If you're on Facebook, say hello. I see Linda on Facebook from Pensacola. I'm so glad that you are here with us. I enjoy Pensacola Beach quite a bit, Linda. And if you are watching this right now and you are not a Shibboleth member, we have a special going on. It is a lifetime membership for $59. Go ahead and grab that today. There's lots of awesomeness in that. It'll be the best money you've ever spent on yourself. Go to shibbolethdeals.com and you will be able to get that deal. If you heard about Shibboleth from a person, please write in their actual name, not friend, relative, coworker, actual name. Hello, Shibby Shop Sherry on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, please hit the share button for me so that it goes out into the world and they'll know what we have to offer. Let's see. I'm waiting on a few other people to enter the room here. Rachel from Florida, she was here both Sunday and Monday night. Hey, Vicky from Ackworth. She was not on Sunday or Monday. And the reason I want to know that specifically is because I want to encourage you to go back and watch those, because the Sunday night webinar is the lifestyle overview. It's pretty important to watch. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing. And then last night was 1 full hour on food combining. So those are some Mac Daddy webinars that you want to make sure that you watch, okay? And then we've got Hope from Attala, Alabama. Just finished the grocery store walk. This is my second webinar. Awesome. Awesome. Laurie from Alpharetta, Georgia, attended last night. And Dawn, and you have my bit emoji because I need a shower. That's fine. Autumn, oh, are you saying Alpharetta? I just made up a word because I thought you misspelled that. Alla something, Georgia. Okay. And then Autumn, her family's near Tifton. Sarah is from Duluth, did not watch Sunday or Monday, just joined yesterday. Okay, well, I'm going to show y'all where to find Sunday and Monday. And we got Jessica. Hey, Jessica, figuring this thing out. I totally understand that. Press all the buttons, just don't leave us, okay? And Janet, hey, Janet from Louisiana, she was on last night. She had surgery today, so she's not going to start her video. I understand. We got Leah and Rachel. And Michelle Harper is one of our super experienced members who has lost 70 pounds. She's listening while she's working from Carrollton. And hey, Ray is here. Awesome. Glad you're here. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And the very first thing that I am going to share is I'm going to share where to find the Sunday and Monday night webinars. Hey, Deborah on Facebook and Linda. Awesome. Awesome. And Sherry's confirming on Facebook that those Sunday and Monday classes are very important. Sarah's at the gym, so she doesn't want to show her video. Oh, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Whatever y'all are doing, we're glad you're here. Anybody that is willing to share, then I like to see your face because it helps me get to know you. You know, we are doing this together. And then Cindy just went for groceries too. Had nothing in the house that was approved. I understand that. That was the very first thing I did as well. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. And this is my weight loss profile. I lost 50 pounds, and then this is 20 months of maintaining. Okay, so that's where I always pop up because you know what? I want to see this graph. I want to know how I am doing at all times. So I'm going to go ahead and click on dashboard because I want to go to the fast track. Now, if you are brand new, your fast track pulls up automatically for you, but I'm not new, so mine pops up to that dashboard. But when you become a more experienced member, just know that fast track is always right here for you to revisit. And sometimes people they remember what they did in fast track, and so they are popping back over in there to find things out. All right. So we're going to zoom through lap 1 and 2 real quick because I want to get to lap 3 faster. But what I want to do right now is I want to show you where to watch the Sunday and Monday night webinar. See right here in lap 2? See where it says watch the daily fast track webinars? It says there are 7, or participate in the live nightly. That's what we prefer. Guess why we prefer that? We prefer that because when you participate live, we just feel like you get a lot out of it. Okay, you're focused, you're really paying attention. But if you if you can't do it live, we record all of our content and it'll be right there. But what you can do is you click right there, and then there's Sunday night and there's Monday night. So there's where you find the Sunday and Monday night webinars. Yes, and thank you, Michelle. She says everyone has come to the right place to learn the lifestyle. Fast track is a must. When I got started, we didn't have fast track. What we just had Travis's original daily doses. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Stephanie. We had Travis's original daily doses, and that's how I learned Shibboleth. But I have a master's degree in education. I used to be a school teacher and a principal, and I just felt like if we had a little bit more self-guided, self-paced curriculum, but with also some high touch points for everybody, that this would be a really great way to get people involved and understanding everything. Hey, Myra. Okay, so I want to explain quickly how fast track works. You have 7 laps. I really want everybody to ignore everything else in the website because you have got to put blinders on in this first week. Blinders. Don't look at or pay attention to anything else, okay? So when you get to lap 1, you're going to read this paragraph because this paragraph is important. It tells you how you're going to do fast track. Then you simply hover over every single link. That black box that pops up is specific to that link. And the very first thing that you do is register for all the nightly classes, okay? And then this one, watch the 14 fast track videos. So there is several times during this week that you are going to hear the same thing, but in a different way. That's because repetition helps you understand it. And a lot of times, if you have just been thinking about something else I was saying, and then you didn't pick up on the next thing I said, you might have missed that. You might have missed something important. So as you go through and you have another webinar or see something else, then it'll start to come together. Okay, this is the education we just never received in our life. You've got to treat it like it is important to you. And if you're here, I know that it's important to you. So you want to watch these little videos, and don't worry, it's not 14 hours of videos. It's all 14 will take you less than 1 hour. They're short, very short topical videos. And then this is your welcome packet. You're going to want to, if you have a printer, print it. If you don't have a printer, you could save it to your computer, or you could just read it and know that it's right there. But a lot of people do like to print it if possible. You can print these, put a 3-hole punch on it and put it in a little binder, however you want to do it. This is your phase 1 combination chart. And I'm not going to click on all of these things right now because I really want to get to lap 3. But this one is some fastest combination chart and rules. And when you're learning what to eat, these will help you a lot. And you just want to keep it super simple in the beginning. Let me click on this one. I want to show you. See this little worksheet here? Right here in the center, it says Category 2 Fibrous Carbs. So Category 2 Fibrous Carbs can be paired with Category 1. So what this is showing you, you can pick something from this category and put it with something from this category and eat it. And then something from this category with something from this category and eat it. So you see how the little arrows are working? 1 + 2, 2 + 6. And right here is the Category 4 Protein plus Fat with a 2. And the plus does not mean we're doing math or anything like that. It just means you're eating it with it. And then this would be a Category 2 with some shellfish. So these are some great ways. And you know, you can doctor these things up with You can doctor these things up with condiments and make them taste just like you want to. Let's see, Vicky, Kim, should I register for all the week's classes? If not necessarily, Vicky. The nice thing about registering for all of the classes is that you get an email, and if you can't attend, then you could say, oh, okay, that's the one I can't attend. Let me go back and find that one in lap 2. But however you do it, it really, if you can't attend, it doesn't matter to me how you watch them. I like live, but everybody's got things to do. But as long as you go back and watch them after, it's fine. And then Leah said she watched all of those yesterday and they were super fast and helpful. Awesome, Leah. Thank you for saying that. This one is Travis's Fast Start Meal Ideas. So when you click here, you're going to get some breakfast ideas that are super simple. And then you get some lunch and dinner ideas right down here. Okay. So those would be some simple meals to get started with. This one is the Phase 1 program book. So if you're a person who likes to read things too, then there's the book. It's 66 pages long. So if you want to print it, you can. If you don't, I read it on my phone on an airplane, actually. So however you do it, you just want to, I thought this was so important when I first started, and I still do because I've involved myself into teaching everybody every single night because it's that important. But this was so important. I really wanted to change my habits and I wanted to learn what I had to do. So I was willing to put the time in. Okay. And I'm thankful y'all are here too, because you are willing to put the time in. There's a sample grocery list, and there's the new member food library, and there's a meal plan worksheet. So see, all of these things will help build your knowledge on what you're doing. So it's very important that you go through them. Once you've done them, you check the box. Okay. Don't check the box unless you're confident that you understand what that's for. Okay. Then these are just about joining some Facebook groups. If you have Facebook, you do not need Facebook. Everything that you need is on the website. Okay. So but there's some additional support there if you do have Facebook. And then once you start your first day, make sure you make your first journal entry. Okay. Lap 2 is extremely important. This is a lot of little businessy housekeeping type stuff. Okay. Confirm your email so that you can get email from us. This one is super important. Find your ideal weight. See, when I started Shibboleth, I didn't even know what my ideal weight should be. I just picked a random number, and come to find out it was okay, but my ideal weight was somewhere between 138 and 158. Well, I had picked 150, so that was good, but I really enjoyed finding out my ideal weight. Hey, Miss Polly. And then you want to complete a full body assessment. What's awesome about that is you're going to see that there are 3 types of fat. There's essential fat that we never want to get rid of. There's reserve fat that if we want to look good in our bathing suits, we might need to work on getting rid of. But what you really want to get rid of is the excess fat, because that's the toxic part of fat that is harming your health. And this will help you know that. You want to complete your profile. I'm going to click here and show this. This is very important. When you get to your profile area, you scroll down and you click edit right here, right next to profile. Make sure that you put in your starting weight and these measurements here for neck, chest, waist, and hips. If you don't put that in, our website won't crunch the numbers for you. This website is phenomenal. If you like data and you like graphs and you like keeping up with all that, it will do that, but only if you give it information to number crunch. Okay, so make sure you fill that in. Also, when you make your very first journal entry, put in your weight. The reason you want your weight in is because we want this chart to work right for you. And if you don't have it in your profile and in your first journal entry, this starting point won't happen. So make sure you do both of those things. And these are the things that I learned from just playing in this website, but I thought, wow, we can help shorten the learning curve for people by putting this in step-by-step thing. And then this is record your measurements. And honestly, some of these things will all go together. I just broke them out into smaller, doable tasks. And then this one is to take a before front and side picture. Very, very important. So many people do not like to take front and side before pictures because they don't like what they look like. but you want to take it. I promise. You will be bummed if you don't take it because we hear it all the time. I didn't want to take my picture and I didn't, and I wish I had. So this is why that is there. I also want you to write your why. There are going to be days that you do not want to do this, and you need to visit your why. Why am I doing this? So that it can remind you of that. This one is to make your nightstand rules. This is just something that Travis suggests doing. This is something that he has done over the years. He writes down some little rules that he reads every single morning when he gets up, and those things can change. Those rules or what you're trying to accomplish at that time. It doesn't even have to be related to Shibboleth, but it could be what you're trying to get done in life. Then you can read that. You can always redo those if you want to. And then this one, like we talked about, these are the daily, nightly webinars. This link here, let me show you. This is the link that I used last night to teach simple food combining. So if you are wanting to figure out how to eat what foods together, you pick something from this list and eat it with something from this list. You use an approved oil and you doctor it up with the right condiments. So this is a great place to find meals. There is no lack of opportunity to find meals on this website. And then before I leave this page, I want to talk about this video. So this video would be a video of me sharing my screen with you so that you can watch me do all of these things. So if you need to see it again or see it, because I didn't show it all tonight, but if you need to see it, watch this video. There you go. It'll be a little 9-minute video and it will be all about completing those things and that'll help you. And then this right here, this is ultra important. It is the last step in lap 2. This is taking the fast track test. Now, when you take this test and you earn your first badge, that badge actually says fast track complete. Because I used to have it in lap 7, and it really made sense that you were complete, but I moved it. So you are not finished, even though that thing says complete on it. The reason I want you to take your fast track quiz right here is because it will open up your full food library, recipe library, and restaurant guide to you, and it will help you finish these laps as we play around in the website, okay? Is that all making sense, everybody? Y'all give me some thumbs up, please, if that is all making sense. Hey, Sherry Ditto. Sherry says, take your measurements and pictures. You'll be glad that you did. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Leah. Ray, I took the test and passed it. However, I got upgraded to Tiger today, so it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does. It should, Ray. Yeah. That shouldn't change that. But we can look, if you'll hang on to the end, Ray, we'll figure this out. But yes, it definitely transfers over. Yeah, I promise. Okay, we're going to look at lap 3. And if you haven't finished lap 1 and 2, just kind of work on that little by little, okay? Now, the very first, and I'm going to do this with you exactly how I want you to do this on your own. I hover over this and a black box pops up. I read it. One of the best ways, and y'all listen, this is really important. One of the best ways to begin to familiarize yourself with the food library is to do the following brainstorming activity. Take a blank sheet of white paper and write down in no particular order all the foods that you think of, like, or eat on a regular basis. You're just letting the ideas flow on a blank sheet of paper, okay? And if you have other people in your home that you're doing this with, let them be there with you while you do that so that they can have a part of it. Then look up each of the foods on your paper. You're going to look them up in the recipe library. Not the recipe, I'm sorry, I meant food library. You're going to look them up in the food library. This food library is the best place to find out what these are, what categories these are in, and how to use them, and what you can do with them. The food library is amazing, but you've got to have the full food library opened up to you to do this. So make sure that you take that test on lap 2. Okay, so once you have looked up all the items that you wrote down on your sheet of paper, take another sheet of paper and organize your lists by categories. Which items on my brainstorming paper did I like that are category 1s, category 2s, and so forth. If you have a difficult time remembering the number of these things, please know that it is, you can just call it a lean protein. You don't have to call it a number. You can just call it lean protein. Maybe that's easier for you to remember. As you're exploring the food library, make sure that you heart each food item that you like or that you think you might like to try. Hearting a food item adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab. Sorry, I was looking at something. Or in the My Favorites tab in the food library. So let's click here. And if y'all don't mind, throw some food items. Awesome, Jessica. Throw some food items into the chat and feel free to throw some food items onto Facebook and we're going to look these up. So I have just clicked on that green tab and we're going to look these up. So y'all tell me some foods that you like and you're curious about. Pizza. Okay. Pizza. We're going to look this up. There's a couple of things. Okay. I'm going to put pizza in because what this is going to do is it's going to pull up anything in the food library that has the word pizza in the title.
I'm going to say cheesecake because I'm really.
Okay, so now we have cauliflower pizza. There's 3 Amy's pizzas, Atkins stone-fired pepperoni pizza. If you need gluten-free, let me just show you this. If you need things that are gluten-free, we click this button. Y'all see this button right here, this gluten-free button? That will filter everything out that's got gluten in it. And then here's some California Pizza Kitchen one. There's some Collie Power pizzas. I'm not going to read all these, but then there's a DiGiorno pizza and so forth. All right. Now, don't get too excited, okay? Because, I mean, you can, but I don't want you to think you're eating the whole pizza. And you do want to make sure that when you click on this, that you read what needs to be done with it. Okay, so this is a meal replacement. It's up to 1/5 of the pizza. So you can eat 1/5 of the pizza. But right here it says you can have 1/5 of the pizza, must fit under your hands, with a side salad topped with calorie-free dressing. Now, what you're trying to do here is get some fibrous carbs in there, okay? So one time I didn't do a side salad. I did just some bell pepper strips that I wanted with it. I could do that. That's a category 2. It's just kind of important to have a category 2 with that. So you want to always come down here and read the description. So there's pizza. And we could also look up pizza in the recipe library and find some pizzas. Now I'm going to go back one page because I want to show you something that's very important. Well, when my internet, there we go. So see right here, weight loss meter. See that weight loss meter, y'all? The weight loss meter will help you determine which of these things are best for weight loss. So it goes from a -3 to a +3. 0, right in the center, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Well, let's just see if we can find some pizzas that would be better for weight loss. So I'm going to drag that ball over until I create a range of -3, -1, and I'm going to hit set. And you're going to see this list regenerate. This is going to be the place you want to play around a lot in the beginning. Okay. I went to this thing constantly. I wanted to learn the new ways that I needed to eat food. So now we've got these. So basically, this brought this down to a much smaller list. Oftentimes, it's easier to pick foods out when you're not picking from such a giant list. So that brought your list size down a little bit. But you know, you think, I don't know. I don't know. I want to see a little bit more. Just drag that ball to a 0. Let's see where that hits. And that might pull in a few more pizzas that you might like to choose from. So you just kind of play around with that little weight loss meter. And see, that gave us a bunch more pizzas, a bunch more. And just keep in mind, 0 is not going to help you, not going to hurt you. So it's not the absolute best for weight loss. But what the good thing is, if you eat an approved food all within a perfect day, you're still in efficient fat burning. Okay. You can use this to string efficient fat burning days together. And that's a good thing. Jessica, this is in the food library right here. It's in this green box, resources, foods, and recipes. But just keep in mind that when you're a new member, it will only give you so many options until you've taken that test. When you've taken that test, then that will open up your full food library to you. Okay, awesome. And then Ray, you want me to explain the weight loss meter again? Oh, string them together. Okay. So I'm going to pop off of here real quick. Okay. When you start Shibboleth and you have your first perfect day, you are going to see a green check on your calendar. Excuse me. On your second perfect day, you see another green check on your calendar. Those are your first 2 perfect days. What's happening during those perfect days is your body is getting rid of any glycogen, which is sugar stores, and insulin. On that third perfect day, you will see a flame in your timing chart, a flame. That means you are now in EFB, efficient fat burning. And that is where the results are going to come from. Okay. The results are going to come from the EFB. And this is just what I say because Shibboleth is a management system. String as many efficient fat burning days together as you can so that you get great results. But then keep in mind, we are living a lifestyle. Planned or unplanned, a holiday is going to arrive, right? We're living. A holiday is going to come. But what you do now is after your holiday, you come right back to your perfect days. After a holiday, it takes 2 perfect days to get back into EFB, and then you string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. Okay. Is that all making sense? And then planned or unplanned, a holiday's coming. And then after that, you get 2 perfect days and back to business. So it's really a way to manage what we're doing. I know a lot of people, even like me, I wasn't really managing all of this. And without a management system, I was just getting bigger and bigger. And now I manage it. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again and we're going to look up a couple more of these little things. Let's look up. I'm going to look up yogurt. I won't have time to look all of them up, y'all. But I'm going to look up yogurt. The reason I want to look up yogurt is because, well, I don't even really like yogurt, but Sherry Ditto got me eating yogurt with this Carbolite in it. Carbolite is a little yogurt mix. And when I added the cookies and cream that she gave me to a Oikos 000 yogurt, it was like a little mousse and it was delicious. Okay, so I've looked up yogurt. So if you like yogurt, there are lots of options there. Okay, but how are we going to find the best of the best for weight loss? We're going to drag that little meter down there and we're going to set that. I want to see -1 to -3. Now, I would not want you to become overly obsessed with getting all negative numbers either, okay? But you just want to pay attention to those types of things. Okay, do you see how that made our list much smaller? Our list is much smaller now. And now we could just pick from that, and it's going to be some of the best for weight loss. There's a Dannon Oikos Greek non-fat yogurt. It's a -2. The Fage Total 0% Greek yogurt. It's a -2. And then this one, Oikos 000 Greek. It's a -2. Okay, so there's some great choices. Now, do you see how I've hearted this one? I've hearted that one. And then I was going to look up the Oikos, but okay, so you got the Oikos. 375, or I just hearted that and it changed it to 376. This number is simply the number of people who have also taken the time to go into the website and mark what they like. Okay. Let's see. So Cindy is asking where you go in to find pizza items again. Right here in the food library, where it's the search bar, you type in pizza. Now, I do want to show you something else because pizza is so popular. It is so popular. Look right here. You see right there where it says pizza? You click it. See, this food library, this is what you've always wanted. Have you ever walked through the grocery store and you thought, I don't even know what to buy in here? This right here will tell you what to buy. So there's your pizza, okay? And then, like I said, I would just kind of scroll it, make it a little bit better for weight loss, and go from there. All right. You're welcome, Ray. So Jessica is asking, would yogurt be a meal? Well, I'm going to click yogurt again and go back here because yes, yogurt could be a meal, but it depends on which one you choose. It could also be a snack. So it's pulling up yogurt and I'm going to click on this Oikos 000 Greek yogurt. So it is a category 1 lean protein. So remember earlier when I said just write down everything that you think of on a piece of paper and then look it up. So this would go in your favorite, if you like this, you would go and you'd write this in a list of category 1s. You need to know what lean proteins you like, and you need to know what fibrous carbs you like. So this is one of these could be used as a snack, or up to 2 as a meal. And then it says, see description. I'm going to come right down here. Greek yogurts are very good. However, they are not a -3 by themselves. The regular Greek plain yogurts are 0 to -1 at best, because while they are category 1 lean protein, they are pre-digested, requiring little digestive energy and offer no improvement on metabolism. But they do keep you in EFB. Oiko 000 is better on the weight loss meter because it is loaded with protein and fiber, and therefore it's a -2 by itself. Your body is working harder with this one. Keeping your calories of yogurt under 200 calories and adding 1 tablespoon of hemp flakes would improve any yogurt by 1 on the weight loss meter, making them even better for weight loss. Now, what I don't want to do right now, I don't want people to get confused because that is a lot of information. But what happens is all you need to know right now is that it'll work and you use it, okay? And in the whole management system that what Shibboleth is, you're going to be getting your water in, you're going to be writing down your foods. I'm going to skip what you're eating real quick. You're going to portion control according to what the food library says, or your 2 hands, and you're going to stop grazing. We can do 3 meals a day. And if you have a moment where you feel like you're going to give in, then you have an approved freebie, an approved extra, or an approved snack. Okay. Those things are going to keep you safe and keep you in EFB so that you can get results. We are results driven. We want you to get results. And if you're following that, it'll get you results. But keep in mind, it is not just about what you're eating. It also has to come into play those other 4 things I just mentioned. So when you read that, if it starts to, like, oh my goodness, this is too much, just eat it and don't worry about all that other stuff. Okay. Just eat the yogurt and don't worry about what all that other stuff says. And don't try to, this is what I don't want you to do. Don't try to make 100% complete sense of everything that you read, because we've already done the work for you. If we say that it will work as long as it's eaten in that approved way and not overeaten. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? I don't know, Jessica, about Walmart having one similar to the Oikos. The Great Value, you mean? Yeah, I don't know. We can look it up real quick though. Let's see. Let's go back to this though. I want to go back to this yogurt. So, but what this is talking about is that if you want to get the best for weight loss, then you read this and you really focus in on it. If you come down here, look, there's all kinds of recipes that are made using that item. So this is where you're going to find some recipes attached, which is really great, really great. But I'm going to go back to another yogurt category item, I mean. I'm going to see if any of them say great value. There's a great value light Greek non-fat yogurt, any flavor. Now it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Here's a great value light non-fat yogurt. It's a 1. And there is a great value plain non-fat Greek yogurt. So if I was going to choose one of those, I would choose this -1. See how I made that decision? Because there's 3 great values. One is a 0, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. One is a positive, and not that great for weight loss. It still would work, y'all. And I'm just saying that's for optimization. I would choose this one. Now, what I would do, Jessica, I would click here. Never just buy something because it says it, okay? This is a category 1 lean protein. Oh, they're also suggesting you could use this as a condiment. Let's read the approved portion. Up to 200 calories as a category 1 or a snack. So let's come down here. There is no other additional information. So this right here, 200 calories as a category 1 or a snack. So what that means is you could even add something else to this and just use this as a category 1 and 2. Maybe you want to have some hemp flakes with this. Think about this. What if you want some berries? And you know, in weight loss mode, berries must be eaten with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Well, this could be your lean protein. Hemp flakes could be a fibrous carb. You know what else could be a fibrous carb? Piece of toast, category 2 fibrous carb toast. But a lot of people do the hemp flakes in there and make a little parfait. So you could do that. So this is a great way to get a little fruit in if you want a little bit of fruit. Okay, so let's see. Cindy is asking, where do you drive to buy these items? Are they at your regular grocery store? Oh yeah. Yeah, all of this stuff in the food library it's either in your it's mostly in your regular grocery store. Yes. And then Dawn says that she used this list at the grocery store this morning. Very helpful. Awesome. And then Jessica does one more. Okay. And then what do hemp flakes taste like? Really, they don't taste like much of anything. They are just what hemp flakes are is they are a defatted hemp heart. So a hemp heart is a category 6 superfood. And what that means is it has all 4 macronutrients in there. So it's got water in it, protein, fat, and carbs in it. But a hemp flake is a defatted hemp heart. So if you defat it, then you've got hemp, you've got the lean protein and the fibrous carbs left. So hemp flakes are actually a category 1 and 2. But they really don't taste like much of anything. But Dawn, I like to buy the ones that are sweet. That cereal, Honey Bunches of Oats? I don't know why it reminds me of that. It reminds me of Honey Bunches of Oats. They're firm like a flake, so you can eat them like cereal too. I just eat them sometimes with a spoon. I know some of the things I do are strange, but that's okay. So I eat them with a spoon, just like as a category 2 next to a piece of chicken breast or something. And let's see, Janet says that she's lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks eating 2 of the Oikos yogurts for breakfast. Awesome. Awesome. That's good. So that's what she's doing. And then Sarah says, how do we know how much water to drink? You need to drink at least 64 ounces of water every single day. And then we like for you to shoot for a gallon. So if you're able to make it to a gallon, that's great, but at least 64 ounces. And Ray, this is my first perfect day and I've been so hungry. I totally understand, Ray. So what's happening is that you are getting rid of insulin that is in your body. Insulin increases your appetite. So you are used to feeding the appetite when you are hungry. And today you're not doing that. So that insulin will dissipate over the next 2 days. And I understand that you're hungry, but our bodies will get used to that. So like on the 3rd day, when you don't have this insulin running around in your body, it's going to get a little bit easier. Also keep in mind, Ray, that if you need to do a freebie, that you can. So let's say that maybe I don't like pickles myself, but people use a lot of pickles when they get started in Shibboleth. Just eat an approved pickle, or just do a small little freebie item to get you through it. Now, Ray, did you have an extra and a snack, or did you just do 3 meals? What did you do today? Let's see. Christy is giving some answers over here. That's awesome. Our snacks, Ray, are no more than 200 calories. Always less is best, but you never want to go more than 200 calories on a snack. And you also want to make sure, y'all, that the snack that you choose is approved. It needs to be an approved snack. It can't just be anything that you want under 200 calories. Just, it's got to be an approved item. So make sure that you're aware of that. In one of the laps, we are going to search around in the food library for snacks. Let's see. Tina says they are great in yogurt. She's talking about those hemp flakes. And then Ray says, I was at Ingles and Bob Evans has omelet rolls. I could not find these in the food library. So they may not be in there. Let's look up Bob Evans and see what Bob Evans stuff. And this is what I do. In the beginning, when of Shibboleth, I looked up more. I would look at stuff in the grocery store, and then I would take a picture of the front of the item and the back of the item if I couldn't find it in the food library. So Bob Evans, egg whites, 100% liquid egg whites, and then their turkey sausage patties. So those are the things that have Bob Evans listed in them. So it's got omelet rolls. They're probably not approved, Ray, but what I would do is I would take a picture of the front of the item and the back of the item. And then if you're a Facebook user, you post that in the group called Shibboleth Fixed It. Kim Shibboleth, our food guru, will have a look at this for you, and she will let you know whether or not it can be approved. If it can be approved, it gets added to the food library for everybody to enjoy. And if not, then she'll explain to you why, and you'll learn why. If you really like those things, then you could still have them on a holiday. It's just you wouldn't choose to have them on a perfect day. Let's see, Dawn, you asked this question, are they both considered fibrous carbs? And I have lost track of where it was that you asked that.
The hemp flakes and the sweetened ones.
Yes, they're both fibrous carbs. Yes. And Rachel, what if you don't normally eat breakfast, but usually drink a chai tea with bone broth? Okay, you do not have to eat breakfast. Chai tea with bone broth, as long as it is a bone broth that is approved. Okay, you want to make sure that it's an approved one. So we'll put bone broth in, and then any unsweetened tea is okay. So here's a bunch of different bone broths. Just make sure that the one that you're using is approved. Let's click on this classic chicken bone broth and let's read what it says. So this is a lean protein. It can be used as a snack or an extra. And it gives you some options here. 1 cup as an extra, up to 200 calories as a snack or eating episode. Need to fix that. Up to 400 calories as a meal episode. So you would just want to use it like you see right here listed out. I didn't drink that this morning and was very hungry by the afternoon. And can you eat a little more for lunch or dinner? You never want to have more than what fits under your hands, no matter what, even if you have not eaten much earlier in the day, because if you are eating more than what fits underneath your hands, you're still stretching your stomach out, and we're trying to stop that. Okay, so no, you do not want to eat a little more for lunch or dinner because you still don't want to stretch your stomach out. But yeah, you can have this bone broth for breakfast. That's fine. And then Bob's TVP. So that is a textured vegetable protein. It's actually like a soy product, and it's a textured vegetable protein. Sometimes people use it to firm up some meatloaf, or there's some you can grind into flour and all that. So that's actually a lean protein and a fibrous carb. It can be used as a condiment. It's also, you can be used as breading or flour. So approved portion, breading or coating on a meat replacement or a meat replacement. Oh yeah, Sherry's sister told me the other day that she made an entire meatloaf with that, and that her family didn't even know. But it says if TVP is your only protein source, you can use up to 3/4 of a cup per serving. Each quarter cup has 12 grams of protein. Otherwise, you combine a portion with other proteins or use as a condiment. It's made from reduced fat soybeans and is used to replace or extend ground meats. It can also be added to casseroles to add extra flavor and nutrition. It's an excellent substitute for ground meats, very low in calories with no fat and high in fiber. It's considered a category 1 and 2 together. So whenever you see something that says it's a 1 and a 2, it means that it has enough lean protein in it and enough fiber in it to qualify as both. This product will help boost your efficient fat burning. Plus, with no cholesterol and high fiber content, TVP is excellent for long-term health. And then look, there's 2 little videos using TVP, so you can watch those. And look, if I scroll down right here, all of those recipes include TVP, which is good. And then let's see, Ray said, I only had one of the 000 yogurt, just 3 meals. Okay. So Ray, I've already forgotten what it said you could have with the 000. So if it said that you could have 2, you might want to have 2 tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you, if you're just doing 3 meals, you're going to get the absolute best results. But whatever you do, do not give up a perfect day, and make sure that you use a freebie, an extra, or a snack to not give up a perfect day. Okay. I would always start with the least impactful, which would be a freebie, and then maybe do a little extra if you need that. But I only did 3 meals a day in the beginning for about 3 months. I did 3 meals a day, and that was it. But I also make sure I get enough protein. I want to make sure I have my full amount of protein. Sometimes people will eat too little of protein and they're not kept satisfied from meal to meal. So just check that out again, Ray. And if it said you could have 2, I would have 2. Tina, eggs are approved. Yes, yes. We have egg whites, which are a category 1 lean protein, or whole eggs, which are a category 4 protein plus fat. You just want to make sure that if you are eating a category 4 protein plus fat, just don't eat that with anything that brings an insulin release, which are your category 3s, energy carbs, category 5, fruits, and category 6, superfoods. Okay. So just don't eat it with that because you don't want it to capture the fat. When is the best time for a snack? Anytime, Jessica. You can have a snack anytime you want to. And Tina, boiled eggs are also approved. And it says, Ray says, I never tried them, but saw that they were made with egg whites and spinach. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I would just submit them. Maybe nobody's ever submitted them, Ray. Leah. Yep, cool. And Jessica, I don't understand perfect pairing at all. Okay, so let me explain that. So there, well, hang on. I'm going to come back to that, Jessica. Okay, because I want to go over this again. I want you to familiarize yourself with your timing chart. Okay, this timing chart. This chart is very important. I'm actually going to go back to my very first Shibboleth calendar. So I started Shibboleth on April 10th, 2019. And y'all see what I was saying a minute ago about my first green check? This was my first perfect day. This was my second perfect day. On my third perfect day, I get a flame. This means I am in efficient fat burning. What that means to you is that your body, when it needs energy, which is all the time, is accessing stored energy, which is fat, and it's burning it. And that's a good thing. We want to string as many efficient fat burning days together as we can. That little black box that's popping up, that's a Bible verse for you to read. And then this right here, do you see where it says 20 and 21? That was Easter. I went to Alabama for Easter, so I had holidays. And then I now know what to do when I get back from Alabama for Easter or get back from vacation or I get back from an anniversary dinner. You know, I know what to do now. I just go back into my perfect days. So this was a perfect day. Well, you see this little icon right here? That's just simply an intermittent fasting day. I watched the intermittent fasting videos over Easter weekend, and then I just started doing that. So that's what that is. But remember how I said you want to then string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. So here I'm back in EFB again, and I'm stringing some efficient fat burning days together. Now, do you see where this says wow right here? That means I did a wow challenge that day. I don't do very many of them, but I was playing around with all my options in Shibboleth and I tried a wow challenge. I did a wow challenge that day too. This means I was in efficient fat burning and I was doing intermittent fasting at the same time. And so whatever you tell right here, whatever you tell your journal, see right here, do you see this is today's date? And I marked IMF. So in my timing chart for today, it's showing IMF. Now, I am not in efficient fat burning right now because I had a holiday yesterday, but I'm having an intermittent fasting day today, okay? So this is your timing chart. Now, I'm just going to tell you that there are going to be times where you are not going to like what the scale says. You feel like you have done all these awesome days and you're going to be, oh yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And that lying scale is not going to tell you what you want to see. That happens. But what I want you to do is I want you to learn to use your timing chart as a way to see that you are doing the right thing and you are doing a good job. So if you're seeing green checks and then you got flames going on, whether or not that scale gives you the information you want, you keep right on going because you're doing all the right things. And so what this timing chart does is it helps you have a visual. So I'm going to go back to my last month that I just had. Now keep in mind, I am in maintenance. I get 12 holidays in a month if I want to use them. So this was a holiday. This was a holiday. These are EFB days, okay? And so forth. So you want to use this, and so you see how I'm stringing efficient fat burning days together? Because anything that I did over this holiday, I want to get rid of it. This is how you manage it when you are in maintenance. But let's go back again to my very beginning, because I want to show you my second month's timing chart. This was my second month. Y'all, I wanted this thing done. EFB all the way. And I went to a wedding in Illinois. So I was out of town for 3 days and I took holidays. And then I got right back to business, okay? And in June, I did not even have a holiday at all. We are eating fine on Shibboleth. There is no reason for you to be unhappy with the food. It's just food. And we do have to eat, but we have to learn how to eat it in a way that's going to control insulin, which is not hard. There's many places on this website to find all of that. And you got a portion control, okay? So, but see, some of the things that we're having to change are just habits that we've had for so long that they're hard to give up. And when people use the word overwhelming, sometimes I just want to say the lifestyle isn't overwhelming. It's the fact that you got to change 50 years or more of habits that's overwhelming. So we got to give ourselves time to get all that in. And then in July, I continued to have all perfect days again. Oh, and so then I got into maintenance. And in maintenance, I started having a few holidays, but I'm still stringing my efficient fat burning days together when I can, okay, to get results. So when it says right here, familiarize yourself with your timing chart, you just want to know how that works and why it works. This is very important. This is a worksheet that I created for you to build meals on. So remember earlier when we were talking about making your favorites, you need to come up with your favorite lean proteins, your favorite fibrous carbs, your favorite energy carbs, and so forth. Then down here, you're going to pick one item from your lean protein or shellfish column because they're both lean proteins, and you're going to write it down right there. And then you're going to pick an item or two. You actually can have two fibrous carbs on a meal. It's just that they wouldn't fit more than this hand, okay? So like we have to portion control. My lean protein would go here. My fibrous carb would go here. Let's say I want broccoli and green beans. I can do that, just no more than fits underneath this hand. And then if you're cooking a meal that you could also use MCT with, go ahead and use some MCT. But if you're writing down right here, yogurt and hemp flakes, you're not going to add MCT to that. That would just be pointless. So you wouldn't do that. MCT is really used for cooking purposes, okay, or making some salad dressings. And then right here, you're building a lean protein, a fibrous carb, and an energy carb meal. So you're just starting to adjust your meals. What I would start with is I would start with writing down on a separate sheet of paper all the meals that I like to eat now, and then just seeing what edits I need to make to them. Some of the edits are simply buying a different product at the grocery store, and you can continue eating it the way you're eating it. But some of the edits are, ooh, I'm eating a steak and a baked potato with green beans, or a steak and a baked potato. You need to switch that to a lean protein, all right? And not have that potato with steak because it's capturing the fat in it and it's storing it. So this will help you build these. And then on a lap later on in the week, freebies, extra snacks, and meal replacements, we're going to find those too. All right, so I'm going to start wrapping this up by answering some of these questions, but oh, wait a second. Let me go back. So right here, where it says create these meals, that is just so that you can focus on one section at a time, okay? So all of these have to do with just completing this worksheet. They're just broken down into small little doable segments. And if you need to watch me doing this, you just watch this video right here, okay? So that's where you go. All right, so let's see these questions. Okay, Jessica, perfect pairing. So, you know how when you learn to read, you got these teachers give you these phonics rules and they'll go, this says this and this says that, and there's a formula. You know, there's kind of a little formula. We give you these combinations, right? And these combinations are kind of like a formula for controlling insulin. A perfect pairing is something that the team has decided will work even though it doesn't follow the rules. Okay, so for example, remember how we said that you should not eat. I'm going to go to the food library to explain this. Remember how we said that you should not eat fruit unless you eat it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb? Okay, right? Okay, if you're going to eat fruit, you need it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So, hold on. There's a lot of perfect pairings. Just know that a perfect pairing does not follow the rules of Shibboleth, but we've still determined it would work if you do it the exact way we say. That's what you want to know about a perfect pairing. But it's not going to make sense to you because it's not going to follow the rules. But Travis and Kim Shibboleth have already looked at it and they said that it will work. So I clicked on perfect pairings and it's pulling it up. So there's a bunch of different perfect pairings. Like for example, we wouldn't say that you could eat apple with fat, but right here you can have a small apple with 2 ounces of lifetime fat-free cheese. Well, it's fat-free cheese, so it's going to work for you. Right here, 1 can of tuna with 5 wheat Ritz crackers. Let me just tell you about wheat Ritz crackers. They barely make the list, barely. So I wouldn't have them on a regular basis, okay? I wouldn't have them on a regular basis. But that will work. That will work for a perfect pairing. So it just doesn't make sense, but it still works. I want to come down here to egg whites because Okay. So egg whites and apple. Do you see how you're not having to put together a fibrous carb with that? Egg whites with berries, egg whites and grapefruit, egg whites and grits. Now that's a 0 on the weight loss meter, okay? Egg whites and orange. Now the reason that these egg whites work with apple, berries, grapefruit, and orange is because those are the lowest glycemic fruits. And so that'll work that way. You're not going to say, oh, I can have egg whites with any fruit. It's just these. Okay. So this is what a perfect pairing is. It doesn't follow the formula, but it will still work if you do it just the way that Shibboleth said. All right, let's see. What are the numbers in each calendar day? Dawn, there's a little, what's it called when you have like a little
A key.
key?
A key.
Yes, thank you. There's a little key underneath that. So W means that you entered your weight. The number is like your motivation level that you entered in your journal. If you put in your measurements, you would get an M, that sort of thing. So there's a little key under there and you'll see some different gray boxes that pop up. And then Laurie says, where do we put in what we eat? In the journal. And I'll go back and show you that in just a second. Ray, so in 8 days, okay, so in my first week, I lost 9 pounds. A pair of pants that would not fit me the week before fit after I lost those 9 pounds. In my first 20 days, I lost 12.5 pounds. In my first month, I lost 18.5 pounds, which was exactly 10% of my starting body weight, which is what Shibboleth says you should lose in your first month if you follow it correctly. And I did to the nose, and it was so awesome. And then in 3 months, I lost 35.5 pounds. I went into maintenance little bit after that. I still was kind of afraid to have holidays. It took me a minute to get used to the idea of having a holiday because I'd had so many perfect days. And then while I was in maintenance, I lost 15 more pounds. So I had a 50-pound weight loss total. Let's see, Dawn. So if you do IF, yes, you do. I wasn't going to spend time explaining that, Dawn. But what Dawn is asking is if you do intermittent fasting, you get into fat burning after 1 day. You do. But what I don't want people to do is hyper focus on that. Okay. Because if people are trying to change too many things in the beginning, they quit. Okay. And we don't want you to quit. So that's why I'm like, put blinders on. We're just going to do perfect day or holiday until you get this down. Okay. Let's not complicate anything. But yes, Dawn, that is right. Ray, what are the letters and numbers under the flames? Ray, those are those things that I just talked about having the key about. And I can show that in just a second again. Christy, I think it is how many meals or how many. No, Christy, it's not that. So let me show that. Chew gum. Yes, you can chew gum, sugar-free gum. Okay, Christy's my new assistant. I like that. Look at what Christy did. She put in there what all of those key indicates. Thank you, Christy. That's awesome. And then Tina, what about a can of tuna with just mustard? Totally fine. That's fine. See, because can of tuna most tuna is category 1 lean protein, unless for some reason it's packaged with some fat in it, but typically not. And yeah, mustard is just a 0-calorie condiment most of the time. I've seen them at 5 calories, but you can do that, Tina, no problem. And then Rachel, what do we do? Can we do these perfect pairings now or wait for several weeks? Oh, you can do them now. Y'all can absolutely do anything that's on the website now. You can do it all right now. It's just anything that you find to use and eat, and it's approved on Shibboleth. If you portion control it and give yourself 4 to 6 hours between meals and only do approved things, yeah, you can do everything right now. I mean, I did. I don't know, Dawn. I really don't know. She says they look like they're out of stock on regular hemp flakes. Any word, anytime. We're constantly ordering them. So, okay, y'all are awesome. Please make sure that you go in and you work on those laps, okay? Because everything that you do to educate yourself on this and retrain our brain, I want us to know we have a massive amount of unlearning to do. Massive. All right. We're unlearning all the habits. We're unlearning all the information the world has ever told us. And we're oftentimes committed to a pattern that keeps us in a cycle. Commitment is one of those things that we often think of as a good thing. Well, it's not if it's preventing you from having success. So what I want you to do is I want you to commit to doing this every day. And if you want to lean back into old patterns, go do something immediately to break up that pattern. You know, just scream and yell and stuff, because that probably wouldn't be normal for you. Okay, just whatever. I'm not going to do this anymore. Run around the kitchen, whatever. Go outside, run around the house. It might seem silly, but it will break up the pattern. And that's what you're trying to do. Have you ever just automatically get up out of your chair, walk to the pantry? That's a pattern because that's a habit. Next time you realize you're doing that, say, I'm going out back. Oh, you're going to go like to this pantry. And then you're going to go out the back. Okay. Let's quit. Let's break the patterns up, and we're going to retrain ourselves on what we do need to do. And just know, if you're putting together all of these things, the 5 parts of the shield, you're going to have great success. But stay close to the community. It's very important, because we need each other to make this happen. As soon as I see people back away, we lost them. We've lost them because they aren't focusing. You got to focus in the beginning enough to really understand what you're doing. Okay. You're welcome, everybody. We're going to wrap up because I want, oh, sorry. I should have showed y'all how to do the journal. The journal is you write your food in the journal in the mint green tab. You're welcome, everybody. Awesome. I'm glad that you found this informative. Jessica, would a perfect pairing be a meal, or would we click on each one? Just call it a meal. Just call it a meal or a meal replacement, because really what we've looked at is we've looked at everything and determined that it would work, but you can call it a meal. But over there where it says, what are the categories for this, Jessica, just put perfect pairing, PP, perfect pairing, because you don't have to type in all of that. Awesome, Tina. That's awesome. Thank you for putting on your camera too, so I could see a little bit of you there at the end. Thank you. And if y'all missed anything, go back and rewatch it. Okay. It's important stuff, and you'll get it all. You'll get it all. And then right now, there's 2 people. Hey, Donna. Hello. Thank you for showing me your face too. Right now, there's an interview going on with my buddy Patty Bass and Lynn Eldon on Travis Martin's weight loss page on Facebook. But how I would suggest that y'all go to it is go to the website. And if you haven't registered for it, go right here to the pink online webinars tab. This right here is happening right now. And y'all can register by clicking that button. Anytime you spend 20 minutes or more in the Zoom room, you get a little badge. Okay. We like our digital badges in Shibboleth. So you get a little badge. But I'm going to hop off and I'm going to head over there, see my friend Patty and Lynn do this interview. They're very informative and very motivational. So I will see y'all later. Bye.